Hello, this is TT, and we are coming back at you with a little bit more Age of Empires.
The reputation of a united Egypt is spreading to all corners of the world, and trade has vastly increased your people's wealth. With
I
this
love being
prosperity,
wealthy.
the pharaoh Djoser has decided that a mere mastaba, a simple mud tomb, will not be enough to serve him in the afterlife. Instead, he has ordered the architect Imhotep to design a stepped pyramid that will be
Imhotep.
visible from miles away.
I'm Hotep.
Such a large project will require great resources. You have been ordered to go to the north and set up a trade post to collect the gold for the pyramid. At the same time, you must venture into the desert and find a quarry to supply stone for the construction. Your trading partners, the Minoans, Canaanites, and Libyans, could become jealous of Egypt's success and might even cease trade and attack your people. In case our diplomats fail to keep the peace, you must defend your trade ships. The pharaoh is entrusting you with the success of this project.
Well, there you go. In prehistory, people bartered with other groups for food and useful necessities. Later, when small farming communities appeared in Egypt, trade increased in importance, and people traveled far to acquire rare goods or tools that they could not find in their hometowns. Evidence of trade between Egypt, Mesopotamia, and even the Indus Valley of India has been dated to as early as 3000 BCE. During Pharaoh Nemar's reign, pottery with Nemar's inscription was produced in Canaan, in the modern-day Levant, for shipment to Egypt, showing that Egyptian rulers looked overseas for rare luxury items. Despite these early contacts, trade did not become a major source of wealth for Egyptians until the late Old Kingdom. Trade provided Egypt with cedar wood from Lebanon, ebony and ivory from Africa, incense, myrrh, and oils from Arabia, gems from Afghanistan, and gold from Nubia. In return for these goods, Egypt exported grain, flax, papyrus, linen, gold vessels, and fish. That's a fishy situation. The Nile River was as instrumental to Egyptian trade as it was to the country's agriculture. The Egyptians constructed rafts and boats from papyrus reeds, as quality wood was rare in Egypt. The wooden boots that were produced were long and were lashed together with rope. The seams between planks were packed with bundles of reeds to keep the water out, and they lacked the internal framing that later boats had. Egyptians used these boats to transport goods along the Nile and the Mediterranean coast. Trade and farming generated wealth for the pharaoh, around whom a cult was established, linking him to the god Horus. Massive tombs were built to prepare and house the pharaohs for the afterlife. These tombs were filled with gifts, animals, ships, and even servants. The early tombs were called mastabas, rectangular mud tombs. Between circa 2667 to circa 2648 BCE, Pharaoh Djoser built the first pyramid, consisting of 6 mastabas on top of each other. Each successive mastaba was smaller than the one below it, giving the appearance of a stepped structure. An architect named Imhotep is traditionally credited with this design. The biggest pyramids ever built were those of Giza. The largest was that of Khufu, also known as Cheops, and dates from between circa 2560 to circa 2540. I don't even know if that's circa. I'm just saying it is. During the Middle Kingdom, fewer pyramids were built and they were of a smaller scale. By the New Kingdom, the tradition of pyramid building had largely ended, although the Nubians of modern-day Sudan continued to build pyramids for centuries. I didn't actually know that. So, we need to do some trading. We need a stone stockpile and a gold stockpile. Alright, let's see here. Well, let's get some food going. Let's get these guys producing. And let's see here. We need more. You guys are guards. We're going to need a lot of wood. So actually come over here while we get more of these guys built. We need wood. Start chopping. That way we can start getting some stuff. And let's get some fishing boats. Yeah, let's get 4 fishing boats. That'll be good. That's okay. All of this is for the betterment of man. That didn't sound good. Just go down here. See what you can find. We've got this nice group forming up here, so that'll be good. Let's see here. Let's get it up so that we can have 50 people. I think that'll be very helpful. Ah, see, there they are. Oh, that's okay. What's a couple of people lost? We know where they are. That's the important thing. In all honesty, we're doing really well. Trade wood. No, we're gonna trade food for gold. And that ought to work just fine. The rest of you guys, come down here. Just kind of protect what's down here. You ought to survive. In the meantime, let's do that. Where? Ooh. All of you focus on that one. We are going to need more vessels. Oh my goodness gracious, catapults. Okay, back off. You just wait. We're gonna have to do something about that. At least they can't do much. Yep. You know what? I know they hurt, but he's expensive too. Get him. We'll get some more. Hey, you attacked us! Oh my goodness gracious, where did you guys come from?
Where are the enemies?
You know what? Go ahead and park it right here.
Are you fighting a whole army?
Yep, we're a good army that's just coming down and wiping them out.
You must be wiped out. Or else your whole
Well, they
village-
were rude and they attacked us first, so
Yeah.
we're going to establish our dominance over them. I'm not super worried about him.
Is he running away?
Yep, but don't worry, he can't run far. I've got him. Okay, and we'll get rid of the town center. He'll be completely destroyed. We'll leave the dock because we can. And then, yeah, I'll send 3 of my guys down here to mine the gold.
And we shall get more gold.
Yep, we shall. We'll mine our own gold. Where in tarnation is stone?
Look, a pyramid beach.
Yeah, I know. It kind of looks like that, doesn't it?
Uh-huh. A pyramid must have been there.
Well, no, it's just like a mountain, basically.
Mm-hmm. Stone. A whole
Can be
bunch.
mined for stone. Score.
There, you got a lot of stone to get. You're getting lots
Aha.
of stone.
These guys are bored. Come build yourself a storage pit. And come harvest the stone. I'll have my stone in no time. Go bananas, you gents. Go bananas. I could go down there and destroy them. I really could. But I'm not going to. Who's lazy? Get in here. Everyone gets the stone. 440, 450, 460, 70, 80, 90, 500. Yes, victorious. That's what I'm talking about.
With the supplies you gathered, The first pyramid of Egypt is built in honor of Pharaoh Djoser. People from far and wide are in awe of this achievement, and Egypt's fame grows. Djoser's successor already has plans to build an even larger pyramid. In time, these structures will dot the land of Egypt and lost in eternity, guiding the pharaohs into the next life.
Dang straight.
Egyptian culture is flourishing and the population is growing. In order to provide for the administration of the kingdom and serve the gods, new professions have been established. Scribes and priests help the pharaoh in his dealings with the military, the people, and the gods. These new specialists have quickly gained prominence and become vital to Egyptian civilization.
Of course they have.
In the north, west of the Nile Delta, scouts report Libyan raiding parties are approaching one of Egypt's most sacred cities, Heliopolis, built to honor the sun god Ra.
Ra.
As the lector priest of the city's main temple and army scribe of the pharaoh, you are commanded to stop these raiders at all costs. The priests in the city have offered their services to support the army. However, you must be wary of the Libyans who bring a siege engine with them to demolish the city's walls. This machine could be useful for our own armies, so instead of destroying it, the pharaoh has ordered you to capture this stone thrower and bring it to the town center at Heliopolis.
Okay, sounds fair. So we are using the priest to convert the enemies, research at the temple for upgrading to priest, and mine gold to replace killed priests. Fun. The Egyptians developed a rich and varied religion based on the worship of around 2,000 gods and goddesses. Some of these deities were worshipped throughout the country, some by a specific town, and others within the home. Many of their religious beliefs were linked to the sun and the Nile, the two entities most responsible for the agricultural bounty that was the basis for Egypt's relative affluence. The pharaohs, and with the help of the priests, conducted rites throughout the year to ensure the regular flood of the Nile and movement of the sun. For major deities, great temples were built. A temple was not a place of worship, rather it was considered a home on earth for the god or goddess to which it was associated. The cult statue representing the deity might only be shown a few times each year at special festivals. Offerings brought to the temple were collected by priests and priestesses. The people would pray to a statue of the pharaoh because it was believed to possess divine power and might intercede on behalf of the petitioner. Questions for the god or goddesses were passed to priests or priestesses for reply. One of the most unique religious events in Egyptian history happened during the New Kingdom. Amenhotep IV, presumably the father of the famous Tutankhamun, created a cult around Aten, the sun god. Amenhotep IV renamed himself Akhenaten in honor of the god, and while he still acknowledged the existence of other gods, he only worshipped Aten. This created a quasi-monotheistic religion. The impact of this new cult was very limited, and after his death, it disappeared as quickly as it had appeared. The decline of the Old Kingdom happened during the 6th dynasty, 2345 to 2181 BCE, when the power of the pharaoh gradually weakened in favor of regional governors. Internal disorders and a serious drought, combined with unusually low Nile floods, were the final blow to a decaying kingdom. The Old Kingdom period was followed by the First Intermediate period, during which Egypt was divided for over a century. Okay, let's go get some religion going on here. Okay, first things first, get some food. Who else do we have? You guys start getting the wood. And you... Do we have enough to build us a dock? Do we even need a dock? Probably. I like docks. That's a market. We can already build farms. There's the dock. Okay, that's the market. This is the barracks. We need people first. Oh, there's the temple. There we go. Get that all done. We need to start getting this guy going. And we need to train soldiers as well. Oh, that sucks. Not good. I am not ready. I'm not ready. Not good. Ah, this is bad. Okay, wait. Where is the marked area? That's the question. I still don't know where the marked area is. Where's the marked area? That's the question I don't know the answer to. The problem is, I still don't know where the marked area is. I just need to know where the marked freaking area is. Victorious! I don't know what happened. Where was the stone area? I have no clue.
The gods are pleased. The pharaoh is grateful and promised to follow the creation of resembling your visage. It is an honor not usually bestowed upon someone other than the pharaoh himself.
Well, there you go. Bestowed upon the pharaoh himself. So that's how I win it. I have no idea.
For centuries, the Nubians of the south have attacked and pillaged our cities in Upper Egypt, down the river.
Okay, so we've got to capture an island. Following the first intermediate period, Prince Mentuhotep II, 2061 to 2010 BCE. So he lived to be 51 years old. Nice. Of the 11th dynasty, built on the success of his predecessors and reunited Egypt by defeating the rulers of Heracleopolis in Lower Egypt. This ushered in a new period in Egyptian history called the Middle Kingdom. Mentuhotep II made Thebes the capital of the kingdom and is sometimes referred to as the Second Menes, in remembrance of the first ruler of the Old Kingdom. Identified with Narmer, who united Egypt centuries before, Egyptian society had changed drastically since the Old Kingdom. Despite the attempts by Middle Kingdom pharaohs to emulate their predecessors from the previous era, local officials had much more power and wealth, and it became easier for them to rise in rank. These differences are apparent in Egyptian art of the period. Pharaohs were no longer the only ones commissioning art, as local rulers in the upper class could do so as well, resulting in greater variety and diversity of artwork. Conflict with Egypt's southern neighbors, the Nubians, was very common in this period, and it was not until the reign of Senusret III that Egypt made significant conquests in the south. Senusret III led 4 military expeditions against the Nubians and managed to bring Lower Nubia in the north of the region under Egyptian control. To consolidate these conquests, the pharaohs ordered his subordinates to build a network of fortifications along the border to block further raids by Nubians. Senusret III is also known to have led a military expedition into Canaan, for his main objective was in bringing stability and prosperity to Egypt. During his reign, the cults of Osiris and Amun became increasingly popular, and Osiris would become a very important god of the afterlife, where he served as ruler and judge. Senusret III also finished the construction of Amun's temple near Karnak, begun by Mentuhotep II. This temple was the largest religious building ever constructed at its time. The reigns of Senusret III and the other kings of the 12th dynasty are considered to be the golden age for Egypt. Okay. Let's do this then. River Outpost. Okay, let's get food going, and we need wood going. What do we have? Ah, they have quite the little thing going on there. I need wood. And you. Come on. I'm gonna need houses and all sorts of stuff. A market so I can get farms. I'll need at least 10 ships so I can go ahead and clear all that out. Oh, that's not gonna work. Well, you know what? Let's go north. Yeah, that's better. How weird. Okay, so what I figured out, the reason it's black is because I'm telling it to just grab the view, and that's not okay, apparently. Okay, we should have enough war galleys that we can make a difference. So let's call this one Group 2. Let's start cruising. You know what? I don't need the gold. Yeah, I didn't. Well. Ah, looks like some of us can reach it. Oh. I just had to kill them all. Well, that's the best way to do it.
Risking their lives, your builders managed to construct the fort on the Nile River Island. It is only one of many forts, but it is certainly the most important as it controls access to the river itself. Your stalwart soldiers man the fortifications, and thus the Nubians have given up on their attempts to raid Egypt. You do not believe the Nubians will be stopped permanently, but your actions have brought peace for the time being.
See, and there we go. There we go.
The forts along the Nile. For centuries, the Nubians of the south have... The forts along the Nile have brought peace to the south, but the Libyan...
That is where we are going to call this episode right here. It was hard-earned, and we love it. So, do make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm sorry about the picture quality. Now that we figured that out, though, we know how to do better for next time. So, do make sure, again, to have yourself a wonderful night as well, and we will catch you all later. Goodbye!